Yo, what's good, y'all? This is Don Will out here at the BT Media House with Okayplayer, and I'm sitting down right now with the Vice Mayor of Stockton. My question, okay, so I'm familiar with you, obviously, because I'll be online. My question is, when I saw you as the Vice Mayor, it blew my mind.
Really? Why?
I just didn't expect it.
Okay.
So how did that, I think the reason why it blew my mind a little bit is because seeing you move into politics, I just didn't expect that move. Like,
Yeah.
what was the decision to get into politics?
Well, let me say this. There was a life before Jason Lee at Hollywood Unlocked.
Okay, let's
so
talk about
let's
that.
go all the way back to 19 years old. I worked in education, but was an active part of my union. Then I ended up fighting the union and fighting the school district, and then leading into working at probation. I worked at probation for 3 years and got very active in the union, became executive vice president of the union, and then took on public safety, took on the institution because I didn't think that they were fighting hard enough for kids. Ended up getting fired, and then hired by the labor union, who watched me fight the system.
Wow.
And they thought, like, yo, like, this guy is a fighter. So I went to go work for SEIU for 10 years. Then I went to go work for California Nurse Association. And then after that, I decided I wanted to start my own company, and I figured it out. And then now I'm just, I've always been civically engaged and always wanted to have better communities for kids of color, and to advocate for disinvested communities. And then now I went back trying to change my own hometown. They wouldn't allow me to, so I said, fuck, I'm gonna run.
Okay, so Stockton's the hometown.
Stockton.
That makes sense. It's really nice to hear you talk about this, because I feel like that's why it was shocking. I've never really heard your history.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
your deep history with unions and
Yes.
activism. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? That's dope. All I really know about you is messy
I can say,
media.
but let me say this: is it messy? Let me tell you, who's messy? Is it the train of mess? Is it the train conductor driving the train, or is it the people watching the train crash? I think everybody's a part of this ecosystem. I'm just the one making millions and millions and millions of dollars doing it. And look, I use that same mess to create my message for political office. And I think that oftentimes when you get labeled as black people or bloggers or whatever typically do, you got to be able to take what you got and take all those thorns and weave them into a crown that I rest carefully on my head every day. I mean, listen, I love Stockton more than anything. My hometown loves me. I'm a hero there. They watched me as a young kid, trying to get on and figure things out, getting shot, watching all the stuff I've gone through that some of them have gone through, to be able to make it out, make it in my life, but know that I have to come home and try to make it better for everybody else. People know that I don't have to be there. I can literally be in any place in the world doing anything I want, but I believe in the optimism that us as people of color need to have. And so I am grateful that I can serve as an example of all possibilities.
Yeah. And speaking of all possibilities, let's say one day you win an award. Let's say you're nominated for a Grammy, an Emmy, an Oscar, a Tony. Who would be the first person you thanked in your speech?
The first person I think I would thank, obviously God. I mean, I wrote a book called God Must Have Forgotten About Me. It wouldn't be one of those, I got to thank God. No. With all things I have done, it has been because of God. Because there were days that I think, I'm about to be 50 years old next year. There were days I didn't even think I would live to be 25. I thought I was going to die at 25 because of my surroundings. So yeah, with all things I've been through, good and bad and all, it's been absolutely because of God.
And one more question. What importance do you place on awards? Like, do awards factor into, like, your self-worth, or, like, it don't matter if you have the award or not?
Yeah, I got an award yesterday. I got the Trailblazer Award at Culture Creators. And
Congratulations.
Thank you. This is what I will say. I don't look at the award as a contribution to my ego. I look at the award as an opportunity to stand on the stage and speak and share my platform, share my vision, share my thoughts. Yesterday while I was getting the award, I was able to acknowledge my friend Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett in the audience.
Shouts to Jasmine
and
Crockett.
remind people of what she just had to go through with the gerrymandering and the redistricting in Texas, and the threat of our ability to vote freely in this country. That we got to remember that as much as we love TikToking and creating content, you better pay attention to what's going on and wake up and take control of your communities and take control of this nation, because it's crazy out here.
I wish I had an air horn for that, man. Jason,
Yes.
I pray I never end up on the mess train that you drive.
You might. Okay, player. Okay, player, you might.
But yo, thank you so much for sitting down with me, G.
Of course, anytime. Thank you. What up? This is Jason Lee, and I have just unlocked Okayplayer. Peace.